Hi, David. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Gilbert. Thanks for
Great to
having me.
have you with us here. Maybe you should just begin by giving us a quick intro about Kuya Silver.
Sure. Kuya Silver is a company that I founded back in 2017. It was private for 3 years. We took it public in 2020. The company was really established to acquire the Bethania Silver Mine in Peru, which we did do. We've been working on permitting it, de-risking it ever since. We've continued to kind of follow along the path of both de-risking and adding value to Bethania, while we also, act as a bit of a consolidator in the silver space. We've acquired the Silver Kings project in Northern Ontario, Canada. More recently, we've also increased our land package around Bethania quite a bit over the last few years. So we've been opportunistically, making acquisitions, following in the same lines of companies like Pan American, First Majestic, Silver Corp, that have grown in the silver space and become leaders today. So we really want to be the next generation of leaders in the silver mining industry.
So let's talk a bit about your Silver Kings project in Cobalt, Ontario. Seems to have some exciting progress and in your recent discoveries. So can you share with us some highlights?
Sure, it's been a really exciting year there so far. We acquired our first package of properties there in 2021. Didn't do a whole lot with it. Continued to make acquisitions around the district up until early this year. We really started our first, what I would consider to be, true exploration program this year in the first quarter. And, very early on, we made a brand new discovery, which is really exciting. A lot of people think that the Cobalt camp has been, sort of fully mined out, fully explored. And I think we proved them wrong. We made a new discovery where there's no existing mines anywhere near it, called Campbell-Crawford. We hit this Angus vein, we're calling it, in our second hole there. Our highlight hole for that, our discovery hole, was 3 meters of 1.7% silver, so almost 17,000 grams per ton. So if you work out how valuable that is, it's really, really valuable rock. And that's really typical of what you find in cobalt, or what was found 100 to 120 years ago. And that's what we believe is still there at depth, in some of our properties. So it's exciting times. It's great to be in, with a project in Canada with the low risk and getting, fantastic exploration results.
That's exciting exploration front. So how about the main project, Bethania Silver Project in Peru? So how about you go about to doing the advancement of that project and planning?
Yeah, we're really trying to, we're really looking to develop both projects at the same time. Silver Kings is an earlier stage kind of exploration, discovery kind of situation, whereas Bethania is a more advanced development project. There's an existing mine. It was actually in production up until 2016. When we bought it, we identified some opportunities to make improvements to it, put it back into production. We were able to permit a brand new mill. So we've been able to really prove ourselves, able to operate in Peru, able to get permits. We've done a maiden resource estimate there after a first round of drilling, and then we've discovered a lot more silver at surface since that original drill program. We've extended the strike length of the veins known at surface by almost 5 times, between 4 and 5 times what's in the current resource. So we've got huge exploration potential there. We've got a project that can very quickly go back into production. Given the weaker market conditions that we've been experiencing recently, we've decided to do more of a intermediate step, which would be to do some toll milling first, where we can essentially start the mine without having to build our own mill. We do still intend to build the mill. However, I think it makes a lot of sense to get started, get into production, start making money, start proving the concept of the mining there. And we can do that, very quickly, possibly before the end of this year. So So it's an exciting project with not only near-term production potential, but also with that huge exploration upside that a lot of investors like.
So let's touch upon about some of the corporate things about Kuya. So in terms of your, shareholder, what are your major shareholders right now, and how about the management holdings currently?
Sure. Well, management as a group is actually the largest shareholder group in the company. To this day, we hold about 15%. And among that, I'm actually the largest shareholder. I've been investing in the company, over the last 6 years, and I am the biggest shareholder. Beyond that, our next biggest shareholder would be Crescat Capital. They've been very supportive of ours. Quentin Hennig was the first chairman of the company when we did our RTO back in 2020. And they've been, as I said, big supporters of ours. We have a number of other institution and family office investors as our shareholders as well, and that's kind of how it breaks out.
Great to hear your sizable holdings from the management. That's what we call it, having the skin in the game. So let's touch upon some of your recent share price movement. Do you think your company is underappreciated right now?
Well, I certainly do. I mean, after our RTO, our stock price went up to about $3 a share. Today we're sitting at around between 40 and 45 cents. And we're actually a much better company today than we were, 2.5 years ago when we first listed the company. We've consolidated all the property around Bethania, which really gives us something to grow into. Even after we start the mine up, which we didn't have when we did our RTO originally. We've acquired the Silver Kings project and then subsequently made a brand new discovery there, which is still in its early days. There's going to be a lot more news on that discovery going forward in the coming months and years. So look, and then we also got our permit, a major permit there to build a mill in Peru, which I think not a lot of junior companies can do that. So I think we've delivered a lot of value over the last few years, but we've delivered it in a really poor market, frankly. And so when I look at being a more valuable company today in terms of what we're really worth versus what the stock price is, I think there's a lot of upside. In the longer run, I would compare ourselves to companies that are out there with some production and some exploration growth potential. And there are some good peers out there that trade at $500 million to $1 billion market cap, which is more than 10 times what we're worth today, almost more than 20 times in fact. So I think there's a lot of upside for investors. And it's up to us now as management just to deliver it and to be methodical and do it over the next 3 to 5 years.
So to conclude this interview, most importantly, how do investors contact you to learn more about Kuya?
Well, I would like people to go to our website, www.kuyasilver.com. And from there's really 3 ways to contact us. One, you can just sign up for our mailing list. And there's a form at the bottom of the page, or you can go to our Contact Us tab, and there you can fill out your name and leave us a note, and you can tell us things like if you invest in flow through, you want us to contact you. If you are in a major city and you want us to you want to be invited to in-person events like Toronto, Vancouver, London, wherever, let us know, because we can't invite you if we don't know where you are. And then finally, there's actually a tab that you can book a call with us. And if you do that, we'll actually get in touch with you, and you can talk to us and ask whatever questions you want about Kuya. And that's another great way to use our website to make your investment, help make your investment decision.
Thank you, David, for your time here with us today. It was indeed a great update from Kuya Silver.
My pleasure. Anytime.
Thank you.